Hello, everyone, and welcome to Queer Spirit's first Saturday on October 4th, 2025. Today, we're here to meditate and breathe and move our bodies and support ourselves as we continue to navigate the world as it is today. Today, we're going to be working with some themes from astrology. We have a Pisces moon, and the Venus is in Virgo. And we're looking at what's not working, what is working. We have the sun in Libra, and the Mercury is also in Libra. So it's all about communication, of restoring balance, making reparations, acknowledging where we find pleasure. So we're going to start off today with a good grounding practice. TanyaMarck's going to lead us into a grounding practice and be in our bodies with some breath and movement. And then I'm going to move us into a meditation practice, and we'll really be looking at the Libra energy about balancing. And the energies that I felt called in particular to balance today, I drew some cards for those of you who read the bulletin, get the bulletin. I talked a little bit about it this week. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. And for those of you who are here, I'm going to show you some visuals. So the first energy that we'll be balancing is the Hierophant from the Tarot. And this is the particular version of the Hierophant that I have. And the Hierophant is sort of like a spiritual leader or spiritual guide. And in this particular card, it's the image of an indigenous medicine person with a beautiful rainbow flowing cape, which I like brings in the queerness. And it's all about connecting us to our spiritual aspects, to the divine, to the mysteries, and those kinds of things. So it's kind of like, what is our spiritual sovereignty, our leadership, our guidance. And then on the other end of the spectrum, the card that I drew is the Morrigan. And the Morrigan, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is a Celtic goddess who is fierce and is all about fighting for what is right, and is very earthy, very earthbound. And one of her primary animal figures, or familiars, as we say in the witchy world, is the crow or the raven. So you'll be maybe catching some of those sounds in the music that we have today. So it's all about balancing those two different aspects of ourselves. But for now, I'm going to stop talking and we're going to begin our practice. So take it away, TanyaMarck.
All right, y'all. Thanks, Nick, for that beautiful, beautiful preview of what we're working with today. Y'all ready? I'm going to turn my camera off. Y'all invite you to do the same. Let's go back into that stretch and breathe space and just find some stretch and breath as we land and get grounded into our systems and bodies, as well as we land and get grounded into our circle today together. This morning, I was outside praying and really want to dedicate this practice to all of our queers, transcestors, gender non-conforming beings that have come before us who really endured so much. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And to our allies who have always been alongside us as well. And to allies who have come before us, more so than ever. Right? It's about community and allies. So I'd like to bring that medicine into practice today. Stretch and breathe is going to be the groove that we follow. We might find a stretch, a roll, a bend, an extension, but I really want us to drop into our bodies. As you inhale, you might find deeper sighs and exhales. Let it flow. Honoring our elements, earth, air, fire, water, ether, spirit, all of our teachers, tools, guides, practices, our bodies, our systems, all of our Lees, physically, mentally, energetically, spiritually, any of those Lees that fill in the blank. Calling in all of our hygienes, physical, digital, spiritual, energetic. It's Libra season. Restore, restore, restore. Calling in our ancestors, transcestors, queer ancestors, our intentions, noticing where you're making contact with the earth, rooting in, anchoring in for practice in a way that feels good to you. If it feels good today and you want to invite your inner child, inner children, any guides, any loved ones into practice, and you have the capacity to do so, please do. Stretch and breathe. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are grounding in. Throughout practice today, I'd like you to honor an inhale and exhale that feels good to you, your system. As I guide us through movement in the body, please honor what feels good to you. Visualizing is just as potent as actually doing the movement. So check in with your system and honor what feels best. Why are you here today? Throughout practice, anything that you want to release, you're invited to do so by simply brushing off, shaking off, sending it into earth, and she'll take it, y'all. I invite you to root in a little deeper. In fact, I want to bring our attention to our feet and legs, that which support us and help us move, help us in many ways with movement and structure. Maybe we wiggle the toes, maybe even a light foot rub. Roll the ankles. Giving some touch and tap to the calves. Whether you're sitting or standing, coming up on the toes, a little calf stretch. Just real light. Nothing intense today, y'all. Nice calf stretch. When you move to the knees, can you find a little bend at the knee? Maybe rubbing that area right behind the knee. Bringing your attention up to your thighs. Perhaps right down the side of our thighs. Believe it's called the IT band. I'm getting all chiropractical in here today. Just finding a little stretch, a little bend. A lean to the right. A lean to the left. That brings us right up into the pelvic zone, our pelvic and belly, and I want us to just find some little circles with the pelvis, circles or S's or 8s. Stretch and breathe, y'all. Some inhales and exhales. We can bring in some SHs to help release on those exhales as we're working in that pelvic bowl area. Hands on the hips, just gently gliding them. If you're laying down, maybe you're just doing a small lift of the hips. How about a torso twist with a breath? That torso twist kind of brings us into the arms and the hands and the shoulders, opening and closing the hands. Woo, rolling at the wrist. Finding extension at our elbows. Ooh, how about a lift of the shoulders up to the head and just letting them fall so slowly back down. Woo, letting that rain wash away what no longer serves. A roll in the shoulders. Woo, nice and slow, going with the flow. Gentle reminder, y'all, if you're going clockwise, honor the opposite direction of counterclockwise. If you're giving love to the left side, give love to the right, to the front, to the back, to the bottom, to the top. Stretch and breathe. Let's work with our head and neck and ears. Maybe we open and close our eyes, our jaw, our mouth. As we find some sway in the body. looking up, down, all around. Perhaps some tapping, light tapping and touch on the face, the neck, the head. Stretch and breathe. Welcoming in all of those restorative vibes, the energies of magic and the unknown and the void, crow medicine and raven medicines. Inviting in the medicine of care and support and letting it land wherever it needs to land today. Stretch and breathe. How about a light shimmy and shake? Stretch and breathe. Stretch and breathe. I want to invite you to begin to sprinkle gratitude. Sprinkle it, let it glitter or shower down upon you. Let it get into all the nooks and crannies. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Stretch and breathe. Sprinkling gratitude for support and care, gratitude for community. That's right, y'all.
Beautiful work, everyone, with stretching and breathing. Welcome to those of you who joined recently. We just finished our movement and breathing practice, and now we're going to move into the guided meditation practice. So just finding yourself settling in. If you want to continue to stretch and move, just allow that energy to flow. Or if you want to come to a place of stillness, allowing your body to settle, allowing the mind to settle, either closing your eyes or taking a soft gaze. And just turning your awareness inside. So as mentioned at the top of our practice today, we'll be working with the Libra energies of balance. And with this portion, we're really going to look at balancing our spiritual side, our side of stillness and reflection, and the other side of action and assertion, calling in the energies of the Hierophant and the Morrigan. So as we just practiced in our bodies and our breaths, I invite you now just to tune into your body where you connect with your spiritual aspect, your connection to the divine, your connection to spirit and source. And just noticing where you hold that in your body. And how much energy and attention you put into that part of yourself. How do you connect with spirit, with your intuition? With divine source? And just reviewing how much of your energy, of yourself, do you put into that aspect. Take a breath and exhaling here. And taking a moment now to turn your awareness to that part of you that takes action. That part of you that has drive. That part of you that asserts yourself in situations where perhaps you need to defend yourself or speak your voice. Where's your motivation? Where's that spark that ignites action, movement forward? Healthy defensiveness. Standing up for what is right. Tuning into your own sovereignty. And where does that live in your body? Sometimes we feel more of that in our extremities, the arms, the legs, the hands, the feet, the things that create movement and production, that make things happen. And just reflecting how much of your energy do you put into that part of yourself. And now taking a moment that you've reflected on both these aspects. Is there one that outweighs the other? What is the ratio between these two parts of self? And how can you find balance? To have a little bit more of a 50-50 split between these two parts. That part of you that is introspective, contemplative, connected to the unseen world. And the other part of you that is connected to this reality, to the earth plane, that takes action. Maybe you can use breath or movement, visualization, to balance those energies. And I'm just going to invite you now into a place of stillness and contemplation and reflection. Or if you want to bring movement and to continue balancing these energies, just making time and space for that now. Or perhaps you want to do some writing or reflection. And just taking the next few minutes to do that now. Slowly beginning to come back to your body, feeling your breath in your body, perhaps wiggling your fingers or your toes, beginning to stretch and move. Taking a deeper breath into the chest. Bringing all of your insights, your dreams back with you now. And taking all the time you need to find yourself coming back to the room and opening your eyes in your own time. Bringing the experience of balance and gratitude to these energies of Libra, teaching us about balance. Gratitude to the energies of the Hierophant and the Morrigan, teaching us about connection with the divine and our energies of action. And just carrying these energies with you through the rest of your day, your week, and continuing to meditate and reflect on the medicine of balance.